My excitement is about to be pretty obvious in this video because I'm going to be talking about, for the very first time, Arielle Shoshana's newest fragrance, Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, we're talking about Tuesday. This is their newest fragrance, this is their fifth perfume, and they offered to send it to me ahead of the launch. So I've had this fragrance for a few days right now. I've tried it, I've been wearing it, I've been obsessed with it. I'm going to be talking all about it to you, telling you my thoughts. I will say this, I saw the notes, I saw the fragrance, I tried the fragrance, and I was blown away because the notes told me one thing, my experience told me another. So I'm going to be telling you all about that in today's video, and I'm also going to take this opportunity to go over some of their previous fragrances because I don't think I've talked about some of their original releases in quite some time now, and I feel like this will be a really useful video for you to watch, especially if you're just curious about learning more about Arielle Shoshana. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that today. If this is your first time on this channel, hello, my name is Anya. I love fragrances. On this channel, I publish videos 5 times a week, Monday through Friday, along with a ton of bonus content in between, and I also publish videos on TikTok and content on Instagram under the username ANECHKAFRAGRANCES. By the way, tomorrow I'm launching my first podcast episode. This podcast is going to be called The Fragrance Report. I'm launching it tomorrow on Wednesday on Spotify, so if you're interested, definitely do check it out. By the way, I do want to take a moment to briefly chat about Arielle Shoshana and what they personally mean to me. So Arielle Shoshana is actually a fragrance boutique located here in the DC area, specifically Virginia, but they carry a bunch of different fragrances, and their plan or their way of selling fragrances has always been something I very much support because they encourage you to try as much as you want when you walk into their shop. You are not pressured to buy anything. You're just encouraged to try as much as you want. They have their fragrances divided by scent categories. So if you walk in and you're looking for a fruity fragrance, you're looking for a sweet fragrance, you're looking for an undefinable fragrance, you'll be able to find a fragrance in all those categories. And it's a very open concept. They encourage testing, they encourage trying, and they have a few events. I love going to their events as well. And Khatri and Ari, the founders of the shop, have always been so incredibly kind and supportive and lovely, and I've been going there for years and I love them. So the fact that they sent this to me is also like a very personally like a very wonderful thing, but I also have been such a fan of what they're doing, and I always recommend their shop whenever I talk to anyone who even remotely likes fragrance, and if they're located here in the DC area, like I always tell them to go visit Arielle Shoshana because they have truly a wonderful way of looking at fragrance that's very open and very inclusive, and I really appreciate that. So with that being said, they started out their fragrance launch journey, if you will, with 3 fragrances, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then they launched Monday, and now they're launching Tuesday. So now they have a total of 5 fragrances. They also have updated their discovery set, which is right here. So this is a beautifully packaged discovery set that has all these fragrances, and they basically come and they look like this. I love like their plays on color here. It's really cool and really fun. So yeah, I'm gonna try and focus as much as possible on Tuesday here, and I'm also going to kind of like delve into the other fragrances as well to give you a brief overview of what you can expect. I'm gonna go into the notes real quick. So we have top notes of Moroccan mint, jasmine tea, guava, a heart of basil, ginger, and gunpowder tea, and then a base of coconut water, eucalyptus, and vetiver. This perfume, even though the notes seem very like fresh and green, this perfume actually is a bit of a heavy hitter, not in a bad way, but a little bit goes a long way. And I really love that about this perfume because I live in the Northeast. It gets cold here, and there are not a lot of fragrances that have this kind of scent profile that can be worn in the cold weather. But because this perfume is done in such a way that I mean, these fragrance notes really stand on their own, and it is a perfume that you can also wear in the cold weather, despite the fact that these notes might seem a little bit fresh and green. This is still a very versatile perfume. I obviously haven't tried it in the warm weather, but I've been wearing this, I would say, ever since I got it, I've been wearing it almost every single day. and I've been loving it. It's a really good one. It lasts all day. The way it smells, I find, is also very intriguing because you definitely get the mint, but it's not overpowered. It's kind of like a fresh cut mint leaf. You also get that tea kind of quality. You get the ginger. This is a perfume that smells like fresh, spicy, but it also smells fresh with the mint. I don't smell the guava as much. Not gonna lie, I don't smell it as much. I smell mostly the mint. It's a very mint forward fragrance with tea, but it's not mint done in like a sharp, kind of almost synthetic smelling way, which is the case with a lot of fragrances with mint. Sometimes if you put in a mint into a perfume, it can be a little bit overpowering. This is done just right to the point that you can smell the mint, but it's not overpowering the fragrance. You have all those other notes. You have the tea, you have the ginger, it's such a warming perfume as well. And not gonna lie, there's something about this fragrance that makes me feel extremely nostalgic, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I drank a lot of tea when I was a child. I don't know what it is. Um, I also have an aunt who has, mint bushes in her garden. So maybe it's that too. But there's something about this that is giving me a lot of nostalgia. And this is, immediately when I first smelled it, I knew this would be a comforting fragrance for me. And it's absolutely is. Like, this is the type of perfume that I would reach for if I want something to be like very cozy and comforting. And I am extremely impressed by how, I would say, how intense this perfume is. Like, truly, a little bit goes a long way. And that is not always the case. Like, mostly, that is not the case for perfumes with this scent profile in my experience. Like, I have several green perfumes in my collection, but I kind of have to overspray them to kind of really feel them. With this, like, a little bit goes such a long way. Like, I'm super impressed by this. And I do remember them saying when they're telling me about the lead up to this launch, because I've known that they were releasing this for quite some time now, but they were talking about this fragrance, and I believe they said that they have spent more time on this perfume than any of their other creations. And yeah, I'm very impressed by this. This is easily one of my favorite perfumes from them that I've smelled so far. Probably like top two. Yeah, this is really, really good. I'm super impressed with this. If you are someone who loves notes like these, if you're intrigued about trying notes like these, this is definitely one to check out. I would recommend getting the Discovery set. Honestly, I feel like this is a beautiful gift. It's such a comprehensive overview of what they have to offer because I will say, I want to go into these fragrances as well, but I will say their perfumes lean floral, they lean gourmand. Now they also have a green option. So there is definitely something in here for everyone. And I don't think I've ever tried a perfume from them that I do not like. So yes, this is another release from them that smells absolutely amazing. I'm so happy to have this in my collection. And I will say, I think the pricing of this is also really affordable as well. I believe it's $175, considering the fact that the fragrance quality is really, like, up there in my opinion, and also the fragrance packaging is really beautiful. I think it's really a fair price. It's pretty affordable in my opinion. And by the way, this is like an art piece. Like this, they have like a signature way of doing their caps, by the way. All their fragrances have a slightly different colorway. And it's an art piece. Like, this is meant to be displayed proudly, and I love that. I love how they kind of like play with, modern art aesthetics, but they also have um, really beautiful fragrances. I just really like them a lot, and I love this fragrance. I love Tuesday. It's easily one of my most worn fragrances of this past week, and it will continue to be a favorite moving forward. And by the way, their attention to detail and even their packaging is quite extraordinary. If you look at these samples, this is Friday. Like, this is what their samples look like. Again, love that attention to detail. This is Saturday, as you can see here. This is a lovely, like, bubbly, sweet, gourmand adjacent scent. And then this is Sunday. If you're a matcha lover, you might already be familiar, but this is like a matcha perfume. And let me actually get Monday for you as well. So this is Monday. This is kind of like a tea fragrance as well. So yeah, I'm showing you the packaging because genuinely I love the thought they put into this. I'm gonna go through their fragrances so you kind of get an idea as to what their other perfumes smell like. So Friday has notes of bitter orange, bergamot, grapefruit blossom, mimosa, honeysuckle pear, sweet pea, and white cedar. You definitely get a lot of the bitter orange with this. If you like a candy kind of bitter orange, this is definitely one to try. There is like a light citrusiness to it. And I also get where the honeysuckle is coming from, but this is predominantly a bitter orange scent. Again, I'm kind of breezing through these because I've been chatting quite a bit, and I kind of want to give you like a quick overview of what these look like. Friday is a fragrance that is very focused on that bitter orange. If you like light florals, this is a really good one because it has florals, but with a bit of a twist. It's not like as sweet as it is tart. This is like a tart fragrance with that bitter orange. It's really beautiful. I sprayed it on my skin. I had it dry down, but it's one of my favorite kind of iterations of bitter orange. It's I won't say it's like a tea fragrance, but I can kind of see like looking at their other releases and then looking back at this, it's almost tea-like with that interpretation of bitter orange. It's very interesting. So anyway, moving on to Saturday. Now, Saturday was completely different. Now, this is a perfume that's fruity, tropical, and floral. It has notes of passion fruit, rhubarb, peach, mandarin orange, magnolia, saffron pink pepper, and then a base of iris and ambroxan, vanilla, musk, sandalwood, and pepper. This perfume is probably the sweetest out of all their fragrances. It's definitely like supposed to be a light, bright, playful scent, and the bottle definitely reflects that. Yeah, it's a really good rhubarb scent if you're looking for something along the lines of that. Finally, Sunday is a real must try fragrance if you're interested in matcha, if you love like tonic fragrances. This is one to check out. It has notes of rice, matcha tea, and milk at the top, a mid of mate, cardamom, and cinnamon, and then a base of vanilla, sandalwood, amber, and coconut. I will say, I sprayed this perfume. It's a strong fragrance. I can still smell the matcha. And what I like about this is that they really embrace the matcha note here. They really focus on that, powdery smell that the matcha has. And they're not necessarily mixing it in with like any too sweet notes. What I really like about Arielle Shoshana is when they include some of these more unusual notes like bitter orange, rice, matcha, mint. They really lean into those fragrance notes, so you're able to have a really unique experience with their perfumes because you're able to truly experience those notes. Some other brands, when they include a note like matcha, for instance, it's almost used as an accent note sometimes, and in the dry down, you don't smell the matcha, for instance, as much. But with this, you really do smell it throughout, and you really get to experience that note. So that's what I really like about their perfumes. Monday is also a fragrance that's quite frankly been on my wish list for quite some time. I might actually pull the trigger and get this perfume. Monday is a fragrance with notes of bergamot, lavender, lemon, zest, black tea, steamed milk, isoe, super, sandalwood, vanilla, and amber. This perfume really embraces that black tea. It's been called a London fog fragrance because of the way they do the black tea and like the milk combo. It's a really intriguing fragrance. Honestly, my next fragrance that I would like to buy from them would either be Sunday or Monday. I'm in between the two. I love them both. In fact, I really like all of their fragrances. I would say Friday has also been a favorite of mine. Smelling it again, I haven't smelled it in a while. I really do love that perfume. Yeah, they have some really great and amazing options. And again, I love the aesthetic of this brand. And if you haven't tried them already, I definitely recommend getting the Discovery set. You get quite a bit. This is a wonderful gift for the holidays or a gift for yourself as well. So if you haven't tried them, definitely get this Discovery set. And again, I'm so happy to have this in my collection. Thank you very much for sending this to me, Ari and Katri. I am so excited to have this, and this is literally one of my favorite perfumes right now. And that's saying a lot because I have a few fragrances that I've been trying that I've really been liking so far, but this is so good. Like I'm obsessed. It's really beautiful. It's really amazing, and I'm really excited to keep on wearing it. So thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this and found it useful. Let me know, have you tried Arielle Shoshana before? Are you excited about this release? And I'll see you next time. Bye.